Good evening, all. First of all, I thank Dr. Sherman sir and Vinny ma'am and the Bell and Birds group for giving us an opportunity to do a workshop in Python. And also I thank Joseph sir and Jubilant sir. And through Jubilant sir, we actually got this opportunity for giving an opportunity for doing this workshop. So, and all participants, welcome to this workshop. Our team consists of 3 persons. As introduced, I am myself, Chibin Thomas, and also there are 2 more resource persons are there, Mr. Justin Matthew and Mr. Siju Keswami. So for the course, we are planning to introduce this course for the next 15 days. And as Chairman sir told, the participants are from different types of group, different heterogeneous peoples are among these participants. So we are planning to do this workshop from the basics of programming, and then we will introduce Python to you. And for the last 3 or 4 sessions, we will go through the data analysis phase. So I think we can move into our Python workshop. So I think since I think most of the people were using their laptop. So if you are using their laptop, I think it's better to make your zoom to one side of the screen, and you can use the Python tool in the other side of the screen, or you can either use zoom in your mobile, and you can do at the same time on your laptop. I think that's better more. So shall I share my screen?
Yes, sir, you can.
So Python is actually, I think there are people who know knowledge, or who have the knowledge of programming, and who maybe have nothing regarding new to the programming world. So I am just saying that Python is actually a new high level language, actually C programming, from which we can actually program, which is a interpreted program, which is actually an object-oriented program. Maybe these words are new to, and it is actually high-level programming language. The Python is actually created by a person, Guido van Rossum. He is actually from Netherlands. So Python is actually created almost in 1980s. It's developed and is first launched in 1989, and it is firstly published the code in February 1991, and the first release of Python is 1994. And then the Python 2.0 came, which added a lot of features like comprehension, garbage collection, etc. And on December 3rd, 2018, the new version, or a lot with Python with a lot of new features which added, and it's released as Python 3.0. And a lot of other updations are occurred, and currently we are using 3.9 version. So there is a lot of difference from Python 2.0 to Python 3.0. There are difference in calling the function or writing the program. So I insist you to use Python 3.0 because currently the apps are developed in Python 3.0. So it will be difficult if you going and looking into Python 2.0. So if you are taking any resources for studying, you have to take the materials regarding Python 3.0 and above. Okay. So in today's session, we are mainly planning to deal with the 2 types of tools to use to code in Python. And also we will just start some of the basic concept regarding Python. So there are different tools on which we can do Python. One of the tool is the official IDLE tool, which can be downloaded from Python website. So, and then there are often components like Eclipse, Eric, PyCharm, and still we can use the Notepad, or if you are using Linux, we can use VA or Gedit. Edit parts can be used for creating the Python program. And it's also available a lot of online tools. And in this section we are mainly planning to use the online tool Google Colab. It's a you can also purchase also extra resources if you power of GPU of and TPU of Google for doing programs in image processing or AI or machine learning or deep learning if you want. So it's the best tool for doing Python program. So today I'm planning to first showcase an offline tool which can be downloaded from the Google website. So just search for Python IDLE. You will get a site. You will go into site python.org, from which you can download the corresponding Python. So here you can see the current latest version of Python is 3.9.5. So from this, it's around 30 MB size. You have to download the version which is compatible with your operating system. So if you're using 64 32-bit machine, I think this newly updated version is not supporting for 30-bit machine. I don't know whether supporting. You may find the package for that. So just download this package and you can use that. And without internet, you can able to do Python program. So I already download and installed the IDLE in my laptop. So I'm just demonstrating it. We can do this program in Google Colab. That will be easy for you. We are not need to installing those things. So this is a window, or we can call the shell, the where you can execute your code. Like just type your code here. You can see I am creating a item called variable and assigning a value 5, and you can print the value. So this is actually an interactive shell on which we can execute single line code. Okay, so suppose if you are going to do an application, or you are going to do a program which consists of many instruction, you actually need to use the files. Okay, so here you can see a tab called file. Okay, so on clicking the file, you can see you can open a new file. Okay, so here you can type your instructions, you can type your code. So if you have a program having more than one line of code, it's better to use file concept. So you can type code inside this, and you can you're just demonstrating all this, you can note it down, and yeah, after the class you can download the Python IDLE and you can work it on it. Okay, so here I'm just writing 2 sentences to code for executing. So here, after typing the code, you have to save the file in some location with the extension .py. Okay, so actually the system will automatically add the extension to your file. You just need to enter the name of the file only. Okay, so here I save the file in a location, and after doing that, you have to run the program. Okay, so here you have a command called run, on which you can execute your created program. So either by pressing the key F5 or by clicking on run module, you can execute your program. Okay, so here You can see when I click the thing, the system will go to the shell back, and here you can see the item is printed. So this is a one of the offline tool through which you can do your Python programming, but it requires you to download the executor and install it to your computer. And it's actually it is easy to use some online compiler, because you can access the compiler from anywhere in the world where you have the internet. So we can also check an offline compiler, so an online compiler called Colab. So on Colab we are actually planning to do our rest of our session. So for getting the Colab, just Google Colab on your Google. So just type Colab. This is actually the research of Google. So you just type Colab Google in your search bar. So Google Colab, you will get the link for opening Colab. Okay, so are you able to follow? Are you able to follow me? So from here on,
Tibin sir, participants are muted, so they may not
Okay.
be able to speak by themselves. Okay, so but
Okay,
if
okay.
they have anything, they can do the chat. That is better. Okay, I request all the participants. You have to give. We would like to have the interactive session. So any question, anything, please be on the chat window. So the chat is enabled, so you can give any questions, anything, because your feedback is very important for any resource persons. Okay. So Tibin sir, maybe you can ask in between, are they following, or if they have any questions, so definitely you can watch the chat window. Ronita, you can also guide Tibin sir by giving the questions from the chat window.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so you can Google Colab on your Google. So from here you can see you can open the Colab, and you will get into a particular window like this. Okay, so just take Colab in your Google, and you will get a thing like this. So from this point onwards, I think you have to do parallelly with me, because we are going to do programs from tomorrow onwards. We are going to do programs in this tool. So if you got this screen, you can start a new notebook. So here you can see a button, new notebook. Okay, from there you can start your notebook.
Tibin, sir.
Okay.
There's a
Hello.
question from Robin Babu. He's asking, he's able to follow, but the screen displayed is black. He wants the way that as you are putting in white screen. So how should we change?
Ronita,
Yes,
I think it is a problem from that machine. Mr. Robin, you know, everything is clear. The screen is perfectly fine for everyone. I kindly check your screen. There is maybe some problem with your connections, or maybe some internal issue with your machine. That is the reason. Okay, please proceed, Tibin sir.
Okay. So after clicking the new notebook, I think you reach a new window, and here you can see you can name the file. So here I am naming the file first. So IPYNB is actually extension that is used by the Google. It's actually an extension given by Google for creating the Python program, because here we are not creating a single program inside the file. We are actually creating a package of program. We can create a package of program inside this single file. So I will show you how you can create, or how you can type code inside this file. And see here you can see, and the Google is providing two types of runtime, or you can I will say what is actual runtime means you can use the resources of Google as well. You can use the resources of your local machine.